Unless and until you invite God in that healing, there is no total healing.
Can we come to a point where you think about them and they don't trigger anything in us? Hello, family. Hello, friends, and welcome back to On Becoming. I'm your host, Hech, and today I'm with
Lestencia Mafaiti.
Leslie, it's good to finally co-host this episode together. I've been waiting for this moment.
I know.
Because what we are going to talk about is something that many young people who are growing into adulthood are struggling with, because maybe the environment that we grew up in no longer has those systems in place for mentorship, you understand? And looking at today's dating, statistics, they are saying we have stopped, like the rates for dating have actually decreased.
What do you mean when
like
everybody's
people,
like dating?
like many people are talking about it, but young people are hesitating to fall in love, to date someone, especially after the COVID-19 era. And I received a question from one of our listeners to this podcast. He says, it was about heartbreaks. He says, how do you really get over someone you once thought you couldn't live without? And is there even such a thing as a quick way to heal from heartbreak? This guy is honest. I don't know if it's a girl or a boy.
Yeah, they are really honest. They need answers.
Yeah, like quick healing. Is there something like that? How do we deal with the heartbreak?
Okay. According to how I understand healing, because I've been doing a little bit of studies, meditating on healing.
Yes, about healing, yes.
We can take a person who have been hurt, who has a wound, an actual wound. And if you try to cover that wound, it won't heal. And if you try to cover that wound without removing the sticks, if you have been bruised, let's say you're in a football match and you have been bruised on a wound, you cannot cover that wound unless you have dressed it.
Yes.
What am I trying to say? Okay. You have to dress it. As a human, how are you dressing that? You address each and every feeling that you had. That's how you go into the path of healing. You do not just like, okay, today I feel like I have cried enough and I have healed, and you think you've actually healed. No. There is a process that we try to skip. And because the world is full of noise, when you go to your friend, she's in a happy relationship, then next to you, there's also another person who is in a happy relationship, and they break up and everything is just happening. In those moments, we have to ask yourselves necessary questions, not questions to batter yourself.
Yeah, that is true. That is true. Because recently, my friend had a heartbreak, and to be honest, it's a wound for sure. Yeah, it's not. I know it's not like the other wounds where you see. Say it's not like you see the blood, what, right? But the pain is almost the same.
It's almost the same.
Now, about asking questions, about like not to batter yourself, honest questions. What question would you be asking yourself if you want to truly heal?
If you want to go into a process of healing, there are questions like, how did this person change my behavior? Number one.
How did this person change my behavior?
Number two, how am I reacting? Am I reacting or am I being responsive to what have happened? There's a difference between
how you are reacting and how you are responding. Is it in terms of, are you in control?
Exactly. Somehow.
Okay. Tell me.
So most of the times, I cannot say lack of identity, that would be rude, but I can say it's from a point that you relied on that person to an extent that there is now a huge gap
Okay.
that needs to be filled by something. And the need for you to fill that gap is the one which torments you. It's because a heartbreak, it's more of what am I missing, not more of what do I have in the moment.
What am I missing? Yeah. And when we think about a heartbreak, right, you are thinking, you end up having thoughts about the person, right? You will be thinking about that person, missing them. But are we actually missing the person or the future we imagined together? Because I believe we are not missing the person. I believe we are missing something we thought we had. There is a we, and now there's no longer a we again,
It's
right?
now and I and
In reality, it's now you are alone. But in your mind, we once did this together. There was, all that. And some people get trapped in that process where they're always thinking about that person and they think it's because they still love them or they need them back. Yet what they are missing is that future they imagined they were going to have. They imagined those people were this kind of people until the breakup.
Sometimes people imagination is a good thing.
Okay.
Let me start there.
Okay.
Imagination, having an imaginative mind is a good thing. But there should be a striking balance between reality and imagination.
Yes.
When it comes to reality, you have to know that some things, they do not go as we plan.
That is very true.
Why? Me, when I talk of healing, there's no way I'll talk of healing without putting God in it.
Tell me more about that.
Why? No matter what you're going through, no matter what kind of heartbreak that you're going through, unless and until you invite God in that healing, there is no total healing. Why am I saying so? One day in your future, if you did not invite God, there will be triggers that will trigger you to go back to that thing again, that feeling again of being hurt, because you have not addressed it to the point that God has said you to address it.
So we need God in the process of healing.
You need God.
But in that process, can we come to a point where you think about them and they don't trigger anything in us? You think about your ex, but it doesn't trigger anything in you.
I talked about a wound, right?
Yes.
When you are first wounded.
Yes.
But when you have healed, what happens?
You see a scar.
You see a scar, right?
You see a scar, right?
Am I hurt as I'm seeing my scars? No.
So yes, you might think
just a reminder that was my journey, and my journey gives me light.
So you shouldn't try to fight it. It's just there, like the scar, as you're saying, is just there, but it's no longer affecting. Let's see, can we say, I have the answer already, but I want to hear your side. Can you say breaking up with someone can be a success?
Yes, it depends on what is in your mindset, how you see things. How you view life is how you see things.
Okay.
So if your mindset says, let's say we are dating, if my mindset says, if I lose H, I have lost life, that means if I lose you, for sure, my life is down. But if I know that me losing you is me gaining some knowledge from you and me moving on to a greater height. Okay. Because we go from glory to glory.
To glory, that is true.
From strength to strength. So I do not take this breakup as something that failed. I take it as I have been colleged. I have been schooled. I now know better.
And like the one who advised me about this issue, he was saying, when you break up with someone, the reason why you are saying it's a success is because when you break up with someone, you are realizing that this thing can't work, and I can't keep on holding to something that is dead. And this can only happen to someone who is intentional about dating, or someone who is doing it for fun or not to feel lonely, just find like how to, what do they call, steal time, man, to make time pass, right? I think, yeah, time pusher, right? But when you're intentional about dating, you see that this person doesn't align with my purpose, right? These are red flags that I cannot like accommodate, and you say no, this is over. That is a healthy breakup.
Yeah, it's very healthy. But sometimes people have broken up, but what keeps them there is what they think they've given to the other person.
To the other person.
That's
Explain.
when we have constant reminders. There is a part of you that has been lost.
That has been lost.
That you think I have lost. Why?
Okay.
Because when I was learning about healing again, this lady said, when you are hurt, there is a fragmented piece of your soul that has left you. And what the devil does is to attack that fragmented piece and make it look like your behavior, but yet it's not your behavior.
Okay.
You understand?
I'm listening.
So when that fragmented piece is there, and you think that person is that fragmented piece, it's not in your control. That's when you feel like, I've lost something. Because you've put out something of yours that's not supposed to be out there yet, and you've put it out there, and you know
Yes.
that I should not have. That's why the constant reminders of the person. That's why you keep on recalling. That's the thing that keeps people back in the loop of thinking about it. So yes, to counterfeit the thinking, that's where you now have to know you without them.
There is the me part, not the us part.
Exactly.
So that includes maybe changing your routines.
If you want to make it that practical, yes.
Yes.
Change your
routines. If you use maybe to have those late night calls, then you have to find something to
call
do.
your mother.
Yeah, the mother will end up asking, why are you calling me this time?
I miss you, Mom.
Just like that.
I miss you. Just to give you a gift. Simple. No, it's just I'm joking, but okay, it's just a way you have to make sure that before you cover up that with that, okay, you understand why you are doing it.
Why you are doing it. So you know that I'm intentional about changing my routines. And also you mentioned something that is very important in part of healing, where you have to ask the right questions. Because for me, I believe every pain we go through, if we want to heal, truly heal, the first is to understand the pain. And that is, in this scenario, you're asking yourself, what am I grieving about, right? And for me, in case of a heartbreak, losing a romantic partner, it's like you are crying or you are grieving the future that you had imagined with them. I honestly, that is my perspective. And from that, and from understanding that pain, you are now reflecting back, asking questions. What did this teach me? Did I lose or did I gain? As you mentioned, that for someone it can be like it will be moving me to a higher glory. That is true, right? And you mentioned also something about dealing with the thoughts, right? Listen, when you are dating someone, you do a lot of things together. You go to certain places together. You watch certain movies. You end up liking certain things together. How do we detoxify? And you also like some character, some habits. Because when you want to say, I have truly healed, you no longer want anything of that person to trigger you, right? How do we detoxify?
I'm going back to scriptures.
Yes.
When
Because
Moses
we
asked,
have to deal with the scripture because, as you said, we can't truly heal without God in the process.
when Moses asked God, what will I tell you people? Who have I met? What did God say? I am that I am.
I am that I am. Okay.
That's an identity. So sometimes it's because you do not know you for you to completely heal. Because when you are hating, there are things that you do and there are behaviors that are birthed out of hating. So those, you need to deal with them. How do you deal with them? You sit down with yourself. There's a point that you sit down with yourself that, okay, I've been going through this. Without this person, I was like this. With this person, I was like this. You compare the two and you ask God, what is my identity? There are 3 types of identity.
Okay.
God-given identity, self-given identity, and community-given identity. This one, a relationship, this is a community-given identity. What do you call yourself? Number 1. Number 2, what does God say
about me?
Exactly.
So, for true healing, dealing with a breakup, it's about identity.
It's about identity. I believe so. Okay. I actually believe so.
Okay.
It's identity. You see, we now have people that think they do not have an identity crisis because they are very eloquent. So one of the things that reveals that you do not have an identity crisis is the response that you give after that heartbreak.
Wow.
That's why I was saying reacting and
responding.
Exactly.
Wow. To summarize whatever, like this, the answers to this question, what would you say?
I would say to completely heal from a heartbreak, sit with yourself first. Give yourself time to know yourself. Because there is a part of you that think you no longer know yourself. And how do you know? The best way to know yourself is to see yourself how God sees you.
Yes, the one who created you.
The one who created you. He tells Jeremiah, I foreknew you before I created you.
Yes. He knows us.
He knows us.
And that is the best identity. That is the best source for the identity we could ever live on.
That is when you live in a God-given identity, there is a confidence
that you care. Wow.
Because we are not saying heartbreaks are not there. They are there. They actually there. But how we have resort to deal with them, that's the problem. People have resorted to another relationship to deal with the heartbreak.
Yeah, it still amazes me that someone has a heartbreak, right? And they're grieving. In that moment, they jump into another relationship. Carrying all that pain, carrying all that trash they have. Oh my God.
I do not know, but that will only bring you to a point that you are bleeding on the person that you are with in that moment. It's not like you're in a relationship, you're in a delusion. I'm sorry, but you are delusional in that relationship until and unless you have sat with yourself. That's one of the things that we are not able to do. Just sit with yourself properly to say, hey, Leslie, hold on, sit down, look
Yes.
at what has happened,
Okay.
deal with every feeling, because sometimes, especially boys, they think crying is a weakness. We are not saying cry in our faces, no.
No.
You think crying is a weakness, but sometimes it relieves that pain,
That pain.
and you are dealing with that pain, knowing that, okay, she broke my heart, he broke my heart is in pieces.
Okay, I now see why identity is now important. Because how can you break my heart? Jesus Christ in my heart. anyways, you don't have to quickly move on to another relationship. Give yourself time to heal. And don't give up on love. Don't give up on love. The best way is to love again. But after giving yourself some time, keep on becoming.